How do you think my childhood affects me and my relationships? In totality, it really is because of this thing called the imprint. And imprint is so big in so many things. Like our childhood imprint affects really like our dating choices. You know what I'm saying? Like I say all the time, what's familiar to us versus what is best for us. But like on some real shit, our childhood, depending on the love that we received or didn't receive, will determine what we deem as normal in a relationship when we become older. You know what I mean? So, like, if you were used to being talked down, down by your parents, like if they never really gave you credit for or let you know that you were doing anything good, or you would always never felt good enough. When you get into a relationship with somebody, you're going to be attracted to somebody who roughly, like a lot of cases, you tend to be attracted to somebody who kind of does the very same shit that won't give you that type of I want to say praise, you know what I mean? And honestly, we don't really need to live off anybody's praise. You kind of learn that later on. Yeah. It's just funny how that goes. So like your childhood, things that you've seen, the way you were exposed to certain stuff, it has so much impact on our fucking dating. Currently, right now, I'm reading a book called How We Love. My therapist, Dr. Bermudez, down in Miami, in Kendall. Back when I was going in his office down there in Miami. Shout out to Doc. What up, man? He recommended this book, and I'm sitting there in his office, right? And got a nice office too, by the way. Very calm, very relaxing and all that. And he asked me, like right then and there, and this is like this. No. The last I was in there was probably like I think June. Yeah. So yeah, no. May of 2020, right? And it might have been in May, it might have been before that, but he asked me, was I ready for a relationship? I was like, I don't know, I guess, And I know that was a rhetorical question after reading this book. Because, I don't know. One, I'm still learning how to be a fucking friend to people. You know what I mean? I was raised, I was allowed to be very selfish in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's my childhood imprint of being selfish and not knowing how to be social, and a lot of things I did for approval, or I did because I wanted to get something. So it's like it was almost like a silent intent, if you will. And that's just goes to show you, like with childhood imprint, what that does for you. So when you get in like relationships, or you get into friendships, which are relationships, that's kind of like where I found myself. And just to give an example, for you asking the question, it's kind of like an example that this is what I would do. I really would do what I would play a role in order to achieve what I wanted, and then depart. You know what I'm saying? It's not genuine. It's inauthentic, and obviously not something I'm proud of, and really, like, honestly, consciously not even knowing I'm doing this shit. This is just something that just seems normal to me. It seemed normal to me to do at the time because I was on autopilot and still running off of a system that was established long before I could even, think. You know what I'm saying? Probably like the way that I do now. But a childhood imprint, it's like, growing up in a house where you feel like, growing up where you feel like you never felt like if you felt like your feelings never mattered, right? Nobody asked for you. I was having a talk with one of my friends, and I was kind of sharing this with her. It's like, if you grew up feeling like no one ever cared for your feelings, so you're not going to be so quick to share feelings, for one, because you don't think anybody gives a fuck. And then, like, when certain things come up, like if you come back from a trip, or or you do something that commonly most people with good like friendship qualities will like let people know. A lot of times I didn't, and then my friends would be upset with me because I did not inform them on something. And honestly, I just felt like no one really cared because of that simple form of neglect. See, the thing is, it's like when you become, commonly when you're this child's personality where you seem to have it figured out, you do everything the right way and all that other stuff. In a parent's mind, the average parent's mind, it believes that, oh, well, they're self-sufficient. I don't have to do anything. But what has happened is that child has learned to be self-sufficient and that they don't need anybody. So how childhood imprint affects relationships, I don't know how to be in a relationship, like to need somebody, you know what I'm saying? Except for like, other than emotional support, you know what I'm saying? That's really it. But like engaging with people, like I remember being in a relationship, and one of my exes, when we were just starting out, she wanted to wash my clothes. I was like, "Oh, nigga, I got this shit. What you doing? Don't touch shit now." But what I believe, looking back at things, is like they were trying to show their form of love, you know what I'm saying? Of like gifts, acts of service and shit like that. You don't know that shit. When you don't know anything about love and communication, you don't know that. It's just a survival mechanism. I had to look out for me because I felt like no one was there for me. You know what I mean? Like that thing goes a long way with you. But childhood imprint is so serious. Like, honestly, I don't want anybody to get in a fucking relationship with anybody without talking to them about their childhood. Real shit. I mean, every fucking body. I don't care if you're in a relationship right fucking now. I want you to talk with your spouse, talk with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your men's, your women's, all of them. Ask these motherfuckers what happened in childhood so that you can learn how to love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, or decide if you even want to love them, for that matter, because it may take more work than what you're equipped to do with yourself, with your own childhood issues. You know what I'm saying? Childhood imprint is so serious. I want people to think about this. I also want people to check out that damn book, How We Love. It's so real. Oh man, it's gonna teach you so much. Taught me so much already. I'm like maybe halfway through it. It's probably about 300 pages. I'm like halfway through it as far as learning different love styles. Vacillator, comforter, avoider, pleaser, and the victim. I've played all 5 throughout my life. If not, at times, all 5 at one time. You know what I mean? So it's just, there's a lot going on in this healing process. But I love this fucking question. And I hope this answers your question of how childhood affects you and your relationships. Do I ever think about my exes at all? Periodically I do. Yeah. It's hard to get this out, but yeah. I think about them. And I try to, I used to think about them in anger. And that was more, again, anger is nothing but the wounded inner child. So I no longer have that, you know what I'm saying, no ill will towards any of them. any of them that what I'm saying, I've been with. I throughout my adult life, I haven't had many. I won't say I have many relationships, but of those, we were not ready to love each other. We didn't know how to. We were never taught. We were never taught how to love each other. We didn't learn. We were trying to love people the way we wanted to be loved versus the way they needed to be loved and the way I needed to be loved. You know what I'm saying? So, I think about them, and I hope with the knowledge that I've received, I hope to God that they have learned how to love themselves and that they learn how to love others. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really big on like this healing shit. And realizing we didn't know any better, man. Like, for real. Like, on some serious shit. Life is funny that way. You look back at a lot of things. There's a lot of memories. I was no bullshit. I was sitting at work and I was on my hard drive and I was watching some videos. Like, because I'm at a point where I'm going back to painful places so that I can accept, you know what I'm saying? To move like water, as Bruce Lee puts, you know what I'm saying? Learn to flow like water and take things as they are. Accept things for what they are, not what you want them to be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the videos and I'm laughing. I'm laughing at a lot of things that I'm seeing, because I remember those times and being back in those moments. And like I said, I didn't realize that what I was doing at the time, I was on autopilot, scared out of my fucking mind. I don't know how they felt. I had to speak with them to even to know that, but I was really in a dark place in my life and I didn't even know it. And it stemmed from shit from long time ago, just trying to be seen and loved, heard and loved, as my sister Takara would say, as she shared with me, before. Everything I was doing was just about being heard and loved. Something that simple. It makes a world of difference in your relationships, friendships, everything. The people around you, ask yourself, do you feel heard and loved by them? And if so, you're in a great space, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't feel heard and loved by your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your homeboys, all of that shit, your hoes, your niggas, everything. If you don't feel heard and loved, chances are you're there for your ego. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to, like I say, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get back to the whole thing about my exes, but I just want people to understand like how important it is to find the soul of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let go of, and manage your ego much better. Your ego is just a part of you. It is. But don't let the ego drive. Do not let the ego drive. Your soul has to be in charge. You have to be in control of that. If your ego drives, your ego comes with like insecurities and shit like that. So, and your ego protects you from those pain, from the pain of the insecurities. So learn to manage, you know what I'm saying, your ego as best as you can. But getting back to the exes, yeah, I think about them. I think about like where things went wrong initially, from the beginning. Certain things should have never happened. Doing shit out of like obligation, and I mentioned earlier about the childhood imprint. Like when you're used to doing something that you don't want to do, when you're raised with no boundaries, you're raised with your feelings not being respected and you're not feeling important, you tend to become a pleaser. So you find yourself getting into relationships trying not to rock the boat or to receive love. You know what I'm saying? When you're raised that you have to prove yourself to receive love, or taught indirectly, unintentionally or intentionally, taught to, you have to do certain things to receive love. You move a certain way, and you can ask a person like, why the fuck would they, why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? Damn, don't they have love for themselves? They don't. Chances are they don't, because they were never taught to, never taught that they should. And you gotta have patience. You really gotta have patience with folk and understand that some people just don't know any better. And yeah, you know, and in short, in closing on them, I really hope that they're doing okay. I want them to have healthy relationships. I want them to heal. I want them to, you know what I'm saying? I want them to I want them to get hell. If they want to get married, I want them to get married. I just want, you know, I really want them to heal from the pain that we all were in. We projected our insecurities onto each other, and we projected pain onto each other unknowingly. You know what I'm saying? And I just want them to know that I had no intentions on doing what I did, as I'm sure that they didn't have it. So I mean, they may have had intentions. I had intentions on doing certain shit. You know, let me tell the fucking truth on that. But I didn't want to inflict pain intentionally, and actions that I did were intentional that might not be perceived as well. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I hope they're doing well in life, because I'm trying to heal. I want everybody's ass to heal. Let's get to healing. What TV sitcom would I live out and why? I mean, of course, a lot of people say like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or something like that. I've thought about that. But for this question, I really would want to live out in Living Single, honestly. I feel like Kyle and Overton, you know, being like the third roommate or something like that. Or even when, what's the little light-skinned nigga with the afro that was living with Khadijah and them, like towards the end. I forget his fucking name. But he's a pretty ass nigga with the pretty lips, you know. Anyway, I'll be another pretty ass nigga with pretty lips. Come in there, beard, all of that, vitiligo, all kind of shit, bald head, muscles, with the daddy tummy. For now, I'm working it down, niggas. Don't want to hear shit. You don't give me 3 months, you'll see what the fuck is going down. It's about to get nasty, get real nasty in here, sugar. Like next Friday. But yeah, Living Single. Honestly, because, you know, obviously, you know, we know that Friends, that idea, Friends was stolen from fucking Living Single. Newsflash. I just want you to know this shit. But Living Single, I love seeing the interaction of black folk. And being able, they would have like certain, you know, they had different backgrounds. You got your kind of corny guy, but he's, you know, handyman, Overton. You got Kyle, you know what I'm saying, very much into his music. Me and him definitely been able to chill. But whenever they would like sit down and just have conversation, I would love that. I would eat that shit up. There's nothing more exciting and enticing to me than like deep conversation. I'm not so much into the surface shit anymore. I can talk sports, I'll talk music, but stimulating my mind. And I like the way sometimes they would do that. And I would love to stare at Regine, Kim Fields' fine ass all fucking day in there. Gotta, you know what I'm saying, definitely want to show Kim Fields that love. I love her smile, the dimples and shit like that. Sinclair, Maxine Shaw. I would love to talk with Maxine, just to pick her mind. Eric Alexander's character, Maxine, I was always intrigued by, like, just looking back at it now as an adult, you know, I'm intrigued. I was intrigued by, like, her mind and just how she was able to attack shit and handle shit. And she was sexy too. Eric Alexander had a great smile to him in the suits and shit. Khadijah, I feel like me and Khadijah could always just talk about, like, again, sports, and then even guys too. Scooter, you know, talk about Scooter, whoever else, you know what I'm saying. She was like into. But I just feel like just for all of us to live together and just try to navigate life, you know what I'm saying? Figure out shit, being there for each other. That's something I always wanted, you know what I'm saying? Like a situation like that where it's like, I don't know, 4 guys, 3 girls, 4 girls, 3 guys or something like that. And everybody's just like there. So it was like kind of like that in the military. It's almost like being in college, in the dorms and shit like that, where you just, all you guys got is each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not like if you saw a girl and a guy, you walk in the room, and you see a girl and a guy that you don't have this assumption that they're fucking or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're just friends. And I just always find that so dope. Like to hear from people who have that type of setup with their friends, that it's just a group of people and they just hang out with each other, you know what I mean? And everything, I mean, some of them might be fucking, but for the most part, they're just friends, you know what I'm saying? Like having Friendsgivings and shit like that. If you watch the show All American and like how all of them like just rock together, or, you know, say like a Saved by the Bell type setup and shit, like the college years, where all of them are cool. Granted, you know, Zach was still sweating Kelly after she dissed this nigga for the fucking professor. Always chasing. Always got to prove your fucking love. Beta shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's so sweet. He finally got Kelly. Been chasing this bitch since 9th grade. What the fuck? Left this nigga. You know what I mean? They always gave Zach shit for being a dog. But Kelly done dogged this nigga too many times. She dogged this nigga. I'm gonna get back to living single, but damn it. Kelly. Now Kelly, fucking Ron Isley. Kelly, she left him for Jeff, the nigga that was the manager of the fucking Max, then the fucking professor. It's never enough, Zach. It's never enough. But anyway, living single. I liked it, and that's New York. I don't know if I want to work in New York, because New York expensive as shit. But I mean, I guess that's why you got so many fucking roommates, kind of cut down the costs. But yeah, if I could live in any sitcom, I think, yeah, I would choose living single. For the conversations, the camaraderie, the love, the unconditional love that they have for each other, the parties, the dancing, you know what I'm saying, the comedy. It just seemed like a great place to be. Amongst black people, you know what I'm saying? So I would, that's what I would want to be. I think I want to be living single. Yeah, in a 2021 world. But living single would probably be the show that I would choose. But yeah. That's a dope ass question. I like that one.